that one was right there on the... Stay. Mike is good and set.
They've never been on the stage because of the pandemic. They sat down there last time. Yeah, some of them did. I think we did a couple of years. So yeah, it's a little snippet, but it's nice to be back in.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay?
Down for the picture, put it down.
Okay, let's sit. They're gonna have it. We'll sit. Get back
Sit
up.
until they get ready to come in and we'll stand, okay?
Hey, you know what? You're trying every cheer.
That would be just great. It's great. New board member Lisa Schmidt falls off the stage. She had crooked arms everywhere. Stealing the thunder of the 2022 graduates.
They don't look like an accident, but you can see her. Thank you for being here. I see you're limping, but that shows your dedication to what you do.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
What's the other guy look like?
Oh, well, I think they won. It was the stairs.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's always fun.
You have to build up a story of heroism.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm a medical assistant. I was trying to go to work, and I missed the first heading. Popped right on the left.
Did they have to operate, or are you just getting support?
They're not sure. So they say give it about 3 or 4 weeks, and then they'll go back, do an MRI, and see if it needs surgery.
Let the swelling go down.
Yeah.
I do. Wait, no, I don't.
really don't want surgery.
This is
Well, give a boy a hammer. Whole world's a nail. No, her mother's my dentist, and her father, I think they're divorced, but her father's cancer.
Yeah.
Oncologist. Carcinoma. About the middle of the page, right there. Yeah, one of the 3. I never know which one I'm going to see. Yeah, whoever can be on time.
Bossy. That's a nice way of saying they're the boss.
They're the most organized and polished.
I think bosses watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah.
They stop.
Well, I was originally going to be a dentist, but I found out that the design is a whole lot cleaner than the mouth.
Perfect.
All right, are you ready? Rebecca.
That's not really why.
Good morning. In accordance with Kansas Fire Marshal regulations, we request that you take a moment to locate the emergency exits closest to you. We have verified that these exits are clear and that all safety equipment for this facility is in working order. If an emergency does occur, please stay calm and pay attention to the announcer or the facility personnel nearest to you for information. In accordance with the dignity of this event and the traditions so highly valued at Topeka High School, as well as out of respect for the families of our graduates and their ability to hear their student's name, we ask that air horns and artificial noisemakers are not used until the completion of the formal ceremony, and our graduates have symbolically moved their tassels. In addition, our guests today are to remain in the stands and not come down to the field level during the ceremony. Thank you in advance for assisting us in this manner.
Sounds like they're on them with the lady. That's normally, yeah, that's normally what it does.
I have two different echoes. It's fascinating. You could hear her, the echo from there, and the echo from there.
Yeah, it's a little disorienting.
Yeah, normally it's the lady. I may throw you off if you've never done it before. But you did it last year. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. You just have It'll throw you off. You got to not listen to it. Your voice first. You just have to hear yourself talking right here. You just have to when you stop, you have to wait.
On a 1 to 10 volume wise, just regular speaking level?
Yes.
Or a little bit higher?
Regular. Yes, get the mic close. You don't have to be using the mic. Okay.
Well, I think
That's what they're going to tell us. That's what she was saying.
yes, you have to get up so I can make sure so I can have this.
The graduate will stay right there.
No, it's
So they won't start. We're going to be fine.
it's similar. Well,
When I turn my staff,
but yeah, that guy.
when you turn your staff,
So it's been reinforced.
you know you're not hot. But then if you put up that's what you think, don't get hot. Okay.
We need a fan. Someone there be a fan.
That's I'm for that.
Imagine the 12:30 and the 3:30. I know. This is what gives you the nice clothes.
Thank you. Go ahead. All right. Miss Morrissey, Darby is ready. They just need the song.
Just guide the music.
Are we signaling to Jennifer?
They need to hold until I turn the staff. When I turn the staff on, they can go.
Please stand.
Where's pomp and circumstance? It's coming from over here on the left.
All right, we are ready for the music.
started.
Fine, we'll start it.
Who's in charge? Who's doing it?
We'll start it. Just give me a second. Okay, there you go. It ran over there.
her now. Now.
She know, I told her. Yeah, we're ready for the gong.
Good morning. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the 382 members of the Topeka High School class of 2022. We are celebrating 150 years of tradition in the Topeka community. Would you all please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by our Topeka High School Marine Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps Color Guard, under the direction of Gunnery Sergeant Jason Morrison and Cadet Captain J.D. Pilgrim. Presentation of the colors will be followed by the playing of our national anthem, sung today by the THS Madrigals under the direction of Mrs. Ashley Greenlee, Choir Director.
What so proudly beheld at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Joining me at the podium to give today's welcome is Ms. Jada Fulton, Senior Class President. Jada is the second of 5 children and the daughter of Kristen Miller. She will be followed by our Topeka High School Robe Choir singing today's musical selections.
Good morning. I would like to begin by saying that my friends sitting before me were more excited that I got to speak today than I was. This was due to the fact that we all have a strong hate for graduation speeches, and they know my personality, and we all know this won't be typical. They were confident I would stand before them, make them laugh, reminisce, and not fall asleep. This was terrifying because my teachers were just as excited for me to speak for a completely different reason. They're aware I'm a pretty great speaker, not to toot my own horn, and I would be able to encapsulate the very unique 4 years we spent here in the halls of Troy within 60 seconds. Well, maybe. Due to my toxic trait of not knowing how to say no and feeling the need to surpass all expectations, I hope you enjoy. Let's begin with the boring stuff. Good morning, parents, grandparents, teachers, and friends. It is my privilege to welcome you to the 2022 Topeka High School graduation ceremony. It has arrived. It is graduation day. Soon, each of the students sitting before me will walk the stage and say goodbye to our home for the past 4 years. As we leave familiarity and walk into the unknown, we will carry with us the memories, but more importantly, the lessons you all taught us, and we appreciate that. So on behalf of all students, I say thank you. Students, friends, class of 2022, it is here. We are a few speeches, snores, and steps away from our goal of moving our tassels over to the left sides of our mortarboards. I personally congratulate each and every one of you on this amazing achievement and wish you the best of luck in whatever the future holds. We survived and thrived the past 4 years, winning Centennial League 4 times in women's basketball, earning full-ride scholarships, starting new traditions such as senior parking stalls, glow night, senior sunrise and sunset, and winning state softball. We did that, seniors, and we will continue to defy all odds and accomplish many things. I leave you with the most important message and my final words. Take the lessons, memories, and forever friends. Now go make the most of the world. Congratulations, class of 2022, and thank you to everyone who assisted us in getting here today. Towers up.
Dr. Tiffany Anderson has served for almost 30 years as a public school educator, with most of that time as superintendent, and she is the first African-American female superintendent of Topeka Public Schools. Nationally known as an author and innovator, Dr. Anderson has received numerous awards and accolades, a testament to her ability to transform schools and districts into high-performing and student-centered landmarks of the community. The most prestigious of those awards includes her selection by Education Week as one of the top 16 leaders to learn from nationally, and a Lifetime Achievement Award for volunteerism from President Obama, as well as leading the Topeka School District to 3 national Magna Awards for equity and innovation. A lifetime learner herself, Dr. Anderson gained her second master's this year, which is a master's degree in divinity. She has 2 doctoral degrees, her first from St. Louis University and the second from Eden Theological Seminary for her service to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tiffany Anderson.
It is indeed an honor to be here. Good afternoon, graduates. Not only did you make it, but you thrived in making it. You are the only class that had 2 years in a pandemic. You are the only class that helped gain over $12 million in scholarship in Topeka Public Schools. That's the first. There are so many achievements of this class. I could go on and on. I'm going to stop for just a moment and introduce our leadership team, acknowledge them, and then I'll be acknowledging the principals that came today, because none of us get to where we are on our own. In addition to your parents and your teachers, there were educators along the way that guided you. So at this time, I'll be asking to stand or to wave the leadership team members. The 2 that are with us today, or the 3, starts with our Deputy Superintendent, who's waving. Dr. Kipp, the Director of Demographics and Assessment, who's waving up next to him. Dr. Gray, who's on the field, who's the Director of Instructional Services and Communications. He's waving right by the sound system. And those that are watching online include the Assistant Superintendent, Miss Billy Wallace, the Chief Information Officer, Mr. Gowan, and our School Board Attorney, Miss Whiteman. We thank them for all they've done. Thank you, team, for helping us with supporting our students. addition to that, and as many of you know, I don't write speeches. I pray before I stand on a stage and I speak. But I did ask today which principals were here because I see a whole lot of them and I don't want to miss anyone. So let me turn to that list. As I call you, please stand. Elementary and middle principals: Mr. Hare from Jardine Middle, Mr. Leffert from Robinson Middle, Ms. Sharp from State Street Elementary, who's now the director of elementary, Ms. Pomeroy from Jardine Elementary, Ms. Wells Martin from Lowman Hill, and I'm sorry, Ms. Wells Martin is from Randolph, Ms. Abernathy from Stout Elementary, Ms. Norton from Lowman Hill, Ms. Baxter for Shaner Elementary, and Ms. Gorsuch from Scott Dual Language. Please wave our principals from where you are and let's give them a warm thank you. To whom much is given, much is expected and required. So much is required and expected of this class. You are particularly special because you've shown resilience in a way that's not been asked of other classes before you. I do want to mention a few students and young people. I know it's hot, so I'm going to keep this real short today. Let's start with our Superintendent Student Advisory. Please stand as I call your name. Now, young people that are sitting out here and parents, these are the students that give me the ideas that I bring to the board. These are the students that help determine decisions for the future, now and into the future. The seniors that stand on Superintendent's Advisory include Allison Monte, Ivan Panuco, Alyssa DeFarney, Tessa Howell, Najee Kennedy, and DeAndre Hicks. Please stand. Thank you for your advisement this year. You may be seated. Each of those seniors receives some level of a small or perhaps large scholarship, but they all receive some level of scholarship in part because of participating. Their character and leadership is tremendous. So much so that we're already signing up DeAndre Hicks, who will be giving his first sermon tomorrow at church. We're asking him to come back next year to be the speaker for our staff. You see, when I started 6 years ago, I said I'd like to have a student start convocation. Do we have like a 6th or 7th grader who just speaks with such energy, kind of like a pastor does? And they said, well, we just heard one student. And prophetically so, he actually plans to be a pastor. In his 6th, 7th grade year at Jardine Middle, DeAndre Hicks, can you stand again for a moment? He became the speaker 6 years ago that geared up the staff every August at our very first convocation. He continued that for 6 years on as a tradition. A young man on the drum line, but a young man who has continued to encourage us throughout the pandemic. I'm excited to hear your sermon at church tomorrow, sir, for your first sermon. Look forward to the 4 years from now. The other day I was walking down in front of Topeka High, and one of the tallest individuals other than Miss Morrissey stopped me. Jermaine Mays, can you please stand, sir? You see, he stopped me because I read about him so often. I remember in middle school, and you had a challenge like no other. You overcame that and showed resilience in some incredible ways. And now I've been reading about you so often in the newspaper. I've been cutting the clips, laminating them, and you stopped me to thank me for the last laminated copy. Mr. Mays, you are an exceptional individual. I understand that you're going to stay in the Kansas area, maybe go to Kansas City Community College. Well, sir, I've asked Human Resources for our summer program. We would be privileged if you'd be one of our basketball coaches this summer, sir. So, congratulations in advance if you're willing to accept that. You may be seated. The final comments, and then I will take my seat, is just a thank you. You all are incredible. Any teacher or future teacher in the audience, you're guaranteed a job in Topeka Public Schools. And if for some reason we can't hire you, we will find a job for you. So be sure that you remain family. I don't know where he's at in the audience, but I remember a young man, Trip Carter, 6 years ago. His dad was the first one that welcomed me into Topeka Public Schools. And 6 years later, Trip is quite the leader, just like his father, Mr. Dick Carter. We're proud of you. So as I close my comments, let me again say, to whom much is given, much is required and expected. So Trojans, continue to lead into the future. And remember, once in the halls of Troy and a Trojan, always a Trojan. Congratulations.
I'm trying to move us along today, our choir.
Tell me where is the road I can call my own, that I left, that I lost so long ago. All these years I have wandered, oh, when will I know? There's a way, there's a road that will lead me home. After wind, after rain, when the dark is done, as I wake from a dream in the gold of day, through the air there's a calling from far away. There's a voice I can hear that will lead me home. Rise up, follow me, come away is the call, with the love in your heart as the only song. There is no such beauty as where you belong. Rise up, follow me, I will lead you
Mr. Lalo Munoz, our current board president, joined the Topeka Public Schools Board of Education in January of 2020. He was born in Topeka, the son of an immigrant and the oldest of 9 children. He graduated from Topeka Public Schools, specifically class of 1998, Trojan from Topeka High School. He went on to graduate from the University of Kansas. In 2009, he was hired as executive director of El Centro of Topeka. In this position, he has started a local health program together with Washburn University School of Nursing that provides free preventive health screenings to uninsured residents. In 2016, Mr. Munoz became accredited through the Department of Justice to provide a free and low-cost legal program to those in need. Through the program, Mr. Munoz practices immigration law, serving immigrant families who cannot afford an attorney. More recently, in 2019, Mr. Munoz chaired the task force overseeing the creation of Washburn Tech East, a $5.5 million investment in East Topeka, addressing an educational desert that has since created new life opportunities for countless adult students. Through all his work, he has endeavored to address equity in our community and live out a life of service to those most in need. Ladies and gentlemen, our Board Education President, Mr. Lalo Munoz.
I'm not nearly as brave as Dr. Anderson to be here without any notes, so I'll be relying on that. Thank you for that very warm welcome. Graduates, class of 2022, fellow Trojans. Congratulations on this momentous occasion. I'm happy to be here to celebrate with you. You all have overcome incredible obstacles to be here, and I'm proud to join you today. You know, it wasn't long ago that I was in your seat. Back then, I felt a little bit like I was on a roller coaster, at least the beginning of a roller coaster. You know that part where you're going up high, you can hear the click and the clack of a chain pulling you up. And in my experience, both with roller coasters and in life, there are two types of individuals. The first type is an individual, and maybe you feel like this, who can't wait to go over that large dip, who are excited about what the future holds you and what you'll go on to do. The second type of individual is an individual who is anxious, who's a little worried about what's waiting for them over that next bend. It's also that second individual who is asking themselves, why did I let my friends get me on this ride? And do I need to find new friends? But before you take that plunge, let's take a step back and celebrate you and the progress you've made to get here today. And I'm not alone here to celebrate you. I'm joined by my fellow colleagues on the Topeka Public Schools Board of Education. And let me introduce you to them. First off, on my left, your right, we have Dr. Randall Schumacher. Next, Ms. Melanie Stewart Campbell. And Dr. Richard Bonebreak. On my right and your left, we have Ms. Sue Bowie, Ms. Lisa Schmidt, and Mr. Keith Tatum. Please join me in giving him a round of applause. It's also right that we come here and recognize those individuals who have helped us to get here today, and those are our parents and our teachers. Can we give them a round of applause for all of their work and sacrifice? Now that we've recognized them, it's time to celebrate you, graduates of the class of 2022. I recognize it's been quite a ride, as many as highs as there have been lows. And like a roller coaster, there could be times where things feel on the verge of out of control. And when we're in that sort of situation, sometimes all we can do is hold on tight and hope that this ride and this turn ends soon. Graduates, as you begin this journey, what awaits for you on that next turn, over that next hill? For some of you, you've decided that military service is what you want to await you. And for that, I want to congratulate you and thank you for your service and your dedication to our country. Some of you have decided that college and going to university is what you'd like to do in order to earn a degree and go on to a career. And we wish you the best of luck. Still, yet others of you have decided that technical school is where you want to go. and this COVID has taught us anything, is that we need more individuals with technical skills to be electricians and carpenters and plumbers, and we wish you as well most success that you can learn. Lastly, some of you decided workforce is where you'll go. Some of you will go into the service industry, and COVID has taught us that we need everybody in the economy in order to be able to move forward, and without willing and able workers in our workforce, our service industry simply can't function. We also need willing and able workers in order for our manufacturing plants to be able to work and give us the things that we need to live our lives. Lastly, we need truck drivers in order to get those things to the stores so that we can go ahead and purchase them. Important things like infant formula, like computer chips, and yes, like toilet paper. I feel as my duty as I wrap this up to give you 3 tips as you go on forward. You don't have to buy it, you don't have to accept it, but consider renting these ideas as you go forward in your life. First off, there is no substitute for hard work. There's a guy named Cicero who said, "Total dedication to one subject often outdoes both intelligence and skill." That's a fancy way of saying that you can be successful in life even if you're not the smartest person in the room, as long as you're willing to be the hardest working person in that room. It means you can be successful in life even if you're not the most skilled person in the room, as long as you're willing to be the hardest working person in that room. Second thing I want to share with you, encourage each other. You all will go on in different ways in this world, and you'll remain in contact with each other. And the world will convince you that seeing others be successful means that it comes at your loss. And that's simply not true. Know that this world is large enough for everyone to be successful. So make the choice. Make the conscious choice to build each other up as opposed to tear each other down. And last, invest in your relationships, in your friends and family. Make time to spend time with them. COVID has taught us that that's what's most important. In the last 2 years, we've lost nearly 1 million lives. 1 million loved ones lost. And here in Shawnee County, roughly 612 loved ones who should be here with us today on this occasion. So if you haven't done it yet, tell your mama you love her and you appreciate her. Tell your grandma you love her and you appreciate her. Your aunties, your tios and tias, your abuelitos, tell all of them. It costs you nothing and it means the world to them. As I wrap this up, on behalf of the Public Schools Board of Education, best wishes on your journey. Know that anything successful you do in the future, we will claim full and total credit for. So graduates, buckle up, hold on tight, because you are in for one incredible roller coaster ride. Congratulations, class of 2022.
At this time, I would like to draw your attention to our program today. Listed after the names of our graduates and their academic accomplishments, you will find an extensive listing of the scholarships and awards reported by the class of 2022. If the requirements and renewal standards for these scholarships are maintained, the total awarded to our Topeka High students out of the $12 million that Dr. Anderson mentioned is $8,543,781. This is a testament to our students, their families, and the staff, not only at Topeka High School, but at each of the schools these students have attended. At this time, I would like to recognize the teachers and staff of Topeka High School who are present today, so we may thank them for the hours of dedicated service to the students of Topeka High School and this year's graduating class. I would also like to thank the middle school and elementary school educators represented here today. If you are in those categories, please stand and be recognized. staff, the success of these students speaks to the many people in our school system and the community at large who, through their mentorship and support, have invested in the post-secondary aspirations of this wonderful group of young people. Please look for tomorrow's Topeka High School advertisement in the Topeka Capital Journal recognizing the high academic accomplishments of the class of 2022. And now for the presentation of academic honors for our seniors. It is my pleasure to present to you at this time the valedictorian for the class of 2022. This student has taken advanced level coursework that has led to a weighted grade point average higher than a 4.0. The class of 2022, in fact, has 23 students with over a 4.0 GPA, and due to this, the valedictorian was not finalized until after senior grades were posted. Today's honoree has accumulated a 4.71 GPA, and she has done this in the middle of a pandemic, often working largely independently. Our 2022 valedictorian is Miss Adrienne Caraccioni. The Outstanding Senior Award is presented to the student who combines oratorical skill with high academic accomplishments, involvement in school-based activities and organizations, and participation in outside organizations and community service. This student is selected by a committee of 14 staff members who view and vote for this senior in isolation from one another, and the winner is then selected through a two-part process. The first phase is the written speech, submitted without a name attached, and is followed by finalists presenting the speech and submitting a listing of their academic and extracurricular accomplishments. 50% of the vote is based on their speech and its presentation, and the other 50% is split between academic accomplishments and in-school and outside school involvement. At this time, I would like to recognize the Outstanding Senior finalists. Please stand and remain standing when you hear your name. Adrienne Caraccioni, DeAndre Hicks, and Lillian Thornton. I can confirm on behalf of the committee the excellence of this group of students. The speeches as a whole were the best I have seen in the entire 6 years of this honor. The other accomplishments of these students in all of the aforementioned categories was also impressive. Congratulations to each of you. I am certain we will see great things from all of you in the years to come. It is my honor to present this year's Outstanding Senior, Miss Emily Lott. Thank you, students. Ms. Adrienne Caraccioni, valedictorian for the class of 2022, is today's first speaker. Compiling a class-leading cumulative grade point average of a 4.71, Ms. Caraccioni has been highly involved in a variety of activities throughout her high school career. A participant in soccer and student government, Adrienne is also a member of National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, and Debate and Forensics, where she has been a state qualifier. In the Topeka community, Adrienne has been a member of the Topeka Youth Commission, where she was treasurer. She has also served as the executive director of the STAY 785 grant for the same organization. Ms. Caraccioni has worked as a legal assistant and is pursuing her pilot's license. The youngest of two, she is the daughter of Dr. Adrienne Caraccioni and Dr. Stefania Caraccioni. Adrienne will be attending Georgia Tech this fall to study mechanical engineering. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Miss Adrienne Caraccioni.
Over the past few months, I drove myself crazy trying to pick a college for next year. The college for next year. I kept asking myself, why big or small? In the city, by the beach, tech school, or university? What makes this school better than that one? I was looking for a straightforward answer, something obvious. Unfortunately, there was no objective standard for defining the best because so many factors are at play. That got me thinking how much I love my high school. We are the best school in the nation, of course, but what makes us different? We don't have a bank, an indoor track, or even a lot of funding that a lot of other schools have. After this year's devious licks, we definitely don't have state-of-the-art bathrooms. We barely have them at all. And speaking of devious licks, I'm sorry, Miss Whitfield, it was me who stole your hand sanitizer. So why are we the best? Administrators tell us from the moment we step into the halls of Troy, there is a place for everyone. For some, it's hard to find that place, but there is truth behind their statement. Topeka High is home to all kinds of people. I came from a sheltered grade school, and going to Topeka High has taught me more about the world than any prestigious education could. Learning is about expanding your knowledge and surrounding yourself with all kinds of people. Some that think like you, but more importantly, others that don't. Topeka High offers that, which is what makes it a great place and academic environment. We learn from our differences, and having so many makes us better than any other school. Just within these walls, there's more diversity than even in a lot of U.S. cities, and that truly makes this place special. It also fosters a lively and exciting environment. Freshman year, I was exposed to a ton of new traditions, the creme de la creme of high school, and all of the experience T-High had to offer. The student sections were packed, the homecoming celebration was unforgettable, and running of the halls excited me and my peers every Friday, and not just because it got us out of first hour a little early. I played basketball, shot my one-handed free throws, SRO was lit, spirit days were something many looked forward to, and they left Western packed with people taking pictures. Our first 1.5 years at Topeka High were remarkable. Then, fast forward to spring break 2020. I vividly remember sitting in the Dallas airport constantly checking my socials when I found out school was canceled for 2 weeks, and damn, I was excited! We have vacation! If only I would have known then that I would not return to the same Topeka High, whose school spirit was unmatched, tradition stood strong, and people formed many communities. My Scholars Bowl, sports, and debate teams, for example, were like family. My sister and the class of 2020 got their last quarter of high school taken away, as well as prom, manhunt, and graduation. The class of 2021 lost the first half of their senior year, a quarter of their friends attended school online, and student sections were scarce, after prom was during prom, a variety of activities were canceled. The class of 2023 got to experience T-High in all its greatness, but as soon as they adjusted to high school, it closed for 2 weeks, and then suddenly they were juniors. The same juniors who were supposed to know how to lead SRO, running of the halls, or crowds at a pep rally. We are the class of 2022, or as I like to think of us, the Goldilocks class. We got to experience 16 months of attending the best school in the nation with the rowdiest football players, the most exciting student body, and the best section leaders. Then COVID hit, and we lost a non-crucial quarter. The following year, we got to take tests online, Zoom from our beds, and fall asleep during class without getting in trouble, while we were supposed to be experiencing the hardest year of high school filled with anxiety to raise our GPA or stress over the ACT. This year, we came back to a quasi-normal school year. Football stands opened, clubs met after school, Stugo held elections, there were dances, manhunt, graduation, pep rallies, senior pranks. We truly had it all. The best of high school, the easiest of workloads, and a robust senior year compared to the 2 classes before us. But nonetheless, these things have been experiencing all-time lows in participation and excitement. Don't get me wrong, they're still fun, but we're Topeka High. We're the best school in the nation, and we're the last class who really knows what that means. With that being said, I want to thank you all for an amazing 4 years. Through the uncertainty, the crazy, the uncharted territory, and the time away from campus, we have grown into wonderful adults who are going to do big things. Go out and represent Topeka High well. but also try to bring back that freshman excitement everywhere you go in life. I cannot imagine where I would be today if it wasn't for T High, its spirit, its diversity, and every one of my peers sitting before me. As for the underclassmen, the halls are yours now. Go out and get involved, get to know more of your classmates, and make the most of what Topeka High has to offer, because it will be gone before you know it. Seniors, can you help me remind everyone one last time who we are? The best school in the nation! Towers up, everybody.
Our second speaker today is Miss Emily Locke, our outstanding senior. Emily is in the top 1% of her senior class with a 4.5 grade point average, in addition to her participation in orchestra, swimming, and theater. Some of the many organizations with which she has been involved are National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Student Government, and Tri-M. In the Topeka community, you may have seen her involved in community service projects with United Way of Topeka, at a local elementary school serving as a female mentor, or working at a Sheriff Fest workday. The youngest of 7, Emily is the daughter of Kathy and Steve Locke. In the fall, Emily plans to attend the University of Kansas, having received the prestigious Chancellor Scholarship. Intending to double major in communication sciences and disorders, as well as French, she plans to become a speech pathologist and use her French to travel and explore additional work opportunities. It is a pleasure to introduce the class of 2022 Outstanding Senior and today's second commencement speaker, Miss Emily Locke.
Personally, I have dreamt about this very day ever since I was in elementary school. I worked hard to be able to stand before you today and give this speech. I remember being involved in daisy chain for the graduation ceremony for the class of 2019 and thinking that someday, way in the future, I would be in their very position. It's funny to see how fast these 4 years have really come and gone. I have learned that 4 years does not last as long as I once thought it would when I was a freshman. The days felt extremely long, and all I could think about was the end of the week, the month, the year, and even where I would end up after high school was over. Depending on if you are heading to college, going to trade school, immediately joining the workforce, or numerous other paths, the next 4 years are going to go by just as fast. It is important that during this time, we cherish the moments that are going to come. I know that many of us have willed every week to go by faster, just as I have. We rush through the days and try to just get through. When doing this, we ignore chances to create positive, lasting memories. As we step into our futures and our new lives, we must remember to seize the opportunities that are presented to us. If there is one thing that COVID-19 has taught us, it's that we need to live our lives to the fullest. However dumb or cheesy you may think that sounds, there's no denying the truth that lies within those words. We have seen better than anyone how easily things can be taken away. There are moments that this class, the class of 2022, and other classes before us missed out on. The class of 2020 was not able to have a graduation or a prom. School went online, our sports seasons got cut short, and we lost important time to develop different skills. Somehow, through it all, we made it through. We were able to have prom our junior year at the Topeka Zoo, and eventually a normal prom for our senior year. This year, we were able to keep up the tradition of a homecoming parade. I remember riding on one of the floats with music playing and seeing all of the people lying along the streets to watch the parade. It is events like these that have made my time at Topeka High, and surely others as well, truly memorable. Without the amazing staff, administration, and most of all, the students within Topeka High, we would not be able to continue to create and be a part of traditions such as running of the halls, the homecoming parade, glow night, manhunt, the Feast of Carols, and many more. There is something truly special about attending a school with such a history as Topeka High that has been around for 150 years. Throughout the halls every day, we can see pictures, plaques, and posters celebrating past students or staff, which are reminders of the greatness of our school. Down the back hallway on the second floor, there's a display of pictures capturing special moments. These are great examples of not only the various events that have taken place at the school, but the thrill of them as well. The excitement does not stop after you leave. You will create similar experiences beyond the walls of Topeka High. The time we have spent here has set a foundation for our lives that will allow us to grow. After we leave Topeka High, we may forget about the moments that created our high school careers, but we should remember the foundation that was set. While we should not be stuck in the past, it is still necessary to remember where we came from. I could continue to talk about how we have all worked so hard throughout our 4 years at Topeka High, how we have overcome numerous amounts of challenges that have come our way, including COVID. However, we already know all of that. Each and every one of you know the types of challenges you have faced, the ones that made it difficult to be able to sit here today. While it is true that COVID messed up all of our plans for the future in some way, most of us want to be able to move forward with our lives. Instead of resonating on all of the obstacles and difficulties that have occurred in our lives in the past 4 years, let's focus on the right here, right now. Simply take a minute to think about where you are. Let it sink in. We are about to graduate. In a short 3 months, we will be off to college or possibly jumping straight into a career. Whatever the case is, we are starting a new chapter in our lives. It is important that we cherish this moment. So take a look around you and notice where you are. And remember, we will always be the students of the THS.
Before moving into the most important part of today's program, I just want to extend my personal congratulations to our graduating class. As the principal of Topeka High School, it has been a privilege to watch as you have left your unique mark on the halls of Troy. You have persevered and found a way to survive a global pandemic and prepare now to enter a world where you know that you can overcome anything. Like the classes before you, you have sponsored new events, such as Senior Sunrise and Sunset, that may well become new traditions. You were the first class to bring senior parking spots to fruition, which was both fun and added a touch of color to an otherwise boring space. You worked with your clubs and organizations to sponsor service projects for our own students and our immediate community, and have been members of athletic teams and activities that continue to dominate the league and the state, as well as qualifying and participating in state and national competitions. And you have ensured that new names and faces will be remembered in the halls of Troy. You were organized and participated in marches to raise awareness about issues that affect students, and have found multiple ways to serve as leaders and role models for the underclassmen, leaving a legacy of excellence for the generations to come. The value you have placed on the tradition and diversity that is Topeka High will ensure that our school, our staff, and our students respect and value both sides of every issue, remembering that it is our differences that make us stronger. And I challenge you to model the same thing out in the real world. You are entering, it's badly needed, because if you do that, you will make it a far better place. You have certainly made Topeka High School a better place while you have been in the halls of Troy. On behalf of the administration and the staff of Topeka High School, congratulations, seniors. We're close. As we present diplomas today, I again ask that we ensure that artificial noisemakers and air horns are not used when we're reading another student's name, and that we maintain a decorum that ensures that each graduate and their family is able to enjoy that moment. In addition, guests are to remain in the stands and are reminded not to come down at field level. Pictures of the graduates are being taken by professional photographers and will be available to the graduates and their families. Pictures may certainly be taken from the stands. Diplomas today are being conferred by the members of the Board of Education of Topeka Public Schools USD 501 that you met previously. On the left at field level are academic counselors Mrs. Pat Bordewick, Mrs. Paige Murray, Mrs. Angela Lewis, and division principals Mrs. Jolie Darby and Mr. Ryan Arnold. To my right at field level are counselors Mrs. Autumn Wyand, Miss Kelsey Flickner, and Miss Heather Prothy, along with division principals Mr. Rob Hayes and Mr. Matt Frost. Also assisting today are two other members of our staff, Rochelle Peterson, and to my right, Paige Vanderlinden. Reading each name today will be the division principal and the academic counselor for that student. All right. And now, will the Topeka High School class of 2022 please rise? Dr. Anderson, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Topeka Public Schools Board of Education, I hereby recognize these students who have met the requirements set forth by the Kansas State Department of Education, the Topeka Public School District Number 501 Board of Education, and the faculty of Topeka High School. I request that these students be granted all rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I am honored to present for the conferring of diplomas the class of 2022. Students, you may be seated. Ushers, please take your places. At this time, will the class of 2022 please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Okay, it's got to be fast.
We're going to have to say it slow. What's the first one?
Is there someone special that you want to shake their hand with?
Cassius O'Brien Steiner.
Case Stone, high honors.
Congratulations.
Brian Acosta.
Ella Abby, high honors.
Elliot Akerstrom.
Nathan Adams, superior honors.
Joseph Aldape.
Paola Alcorchis, superior honors.
Congratulations.
Maxwell Ambrose.
Tylen Alejos.
Angel Areola.
Tamara Eros, honors.
Alexander Otten, honors.
Christina Avila, honors.
Congratulations.
Caden Baker.
Zanaya Ball.
Dane Banfield.
Edith Barron Alvarez.
Dakota Benson.
Maribel Belair Serna.
Zaka Blocker.
Congratulations, sir.
Kajane Birch.
Now you doing both sides? Miss Black Callie, you doing both sides? Let me get the president. All right.
Tana.
Congratulations.
Majula Boyd.
Tana Braden, honors.
Nathaniel Braley.
Caden Briscoe.
Alexis Brantley.
Ladea Bronson. Chanel Brown.
Anna Breitenstein.
Jada Burns.
Congratulations, Miss Burns.
Brianna Brown.
Najee Kennedy, Superior Honors.
Cole Brown.
Yvonne Canizales Panuco, Honors.
Talia Bryant.
Kamani Carey.
Amaya Kane.
Richard Carter, Honors.
Congratulations, sir. I'm proud of you.
Leslie Candido Filomeno.
Alan Castillo.
Congratulations.
Adrian Coracioni. Superior Honors.
Throwing off our timing. Colton Couture, High Honors.
Bethany Carpenter Honors.
Marissa Cervantes Garcia.
Congratulations.
Natalie Castillo Renteria.
Asia Clark.
Natalie Sereno Castro.
You'll have to hand them his. We do that. We swap out. No. Nutrition, can you come on up? I'm serious.
Hold on.
Sebastian Clark.
James Sheree. Hold on until I know.
John Cordova, High Honors.
Logan Chestnut.
Maisie Cowden.
Hold on until I announce your name. Amy Contreras Castro, High Honors.
Jessica Cox.
Luis Cortez Alvarado.
Match it up. You want to come up here? Y'all just push it out of the way here, but I feel like
Echo Davis.
Brian Cortez Castro.
Rossi De La Cruz, High Honors.
Grace Davis.
Alexander Decker.
Congratulations, we're proud of you.
Caleb Davis.
Owen Dinas, Superior Honors.
Jada Davis.
Jacqueline Diaz Juarez.
Yasmin De Leon Diaz, High Honors.
Naya Dominguez.
Kenneth DeWitt.
Zaisha Douglas, High Honors.
Mary Dietrich.
You all cool down.
Carly Drew.
Congratulations, Miss Sue.
Give your card. Any honors? Any honors? Alyssa Dipmarine, Superior Honors.
Layla Ekren.
Yay, Layla.
Zekiah Dorsey.
Madison Erickson.
Amante Duncan.
Emily Esparza Carlos.
Congratulations.
Letisa Doque Vega. I'm up.
Victoria Estrada, Superior Honors.
Grace Eno.
Grant Evanson.
Congratulations, Grant.
Xavier Escobar.
Aiden Feldhausen.
McKenna Essman, Honors.
Matthew Flournoy.
Walter Evans, Superior Honors.
Stephanie Flores.
You can head down. Joshua Philby, Superior Honors.
Jade Fallis.
Congratulations,
Paris Fletcher.
Oscar Frenza.
Cameron Flynn.
Sophia Fries, Superior Honors.
Destiny Foy, Superior Honors.
Isaiah Fuentes.
Isaiah.
Louis Francis, High Honors.
Emiliana Fulton.
Congratulations, Miss Fulton.
Taryn Frost.
Jada Fulton, High Honors.
Donovan Folsom.
Jude Gallegos.
Congratulations.
Ariana Fulton. Hey, Paris.
Eduardo Garcia Areola.
Paris Gales.
Braden Gibson.
Jeanette Garcia.
Natrell Goldion.
Avery Gibson, High Honors.
Nicholas Gonzalez.
Anna Glass.
Janine Gonzalez Buscanga.
Aliana Gomez.
Emma Gooding.
Talia Gonzalez.
Leopold Gouch.
Salvador Gonzalez Gonzalez.
Tehran Graham.
Oh, you're just shaking hands on your side.
Selena Gordon, honors.
You're only shaking hands, okay.
Alec Granger.
Normally y'all do the work.
Clark Goslin.
That's good.
Alea Gary.
Michaela Graham.
Kevin Gutierrez.
Alexis Grubb Dodds.
Just stay here till I read your name. I know how to say your name.
Alexis Haley.
Anaya Geary.
Curtis Harris.
Rafael Gutierrez.
Come on.
Yep.
I need that, Jaden.
I know you.
Jaden Helms.
Victoria Hales, honors.
William Hare, honors.
Elena Heavner.
Zachary Hill.
Calissa Hernandez Hadley.
Thank you.
Gretchen Holmberg.
Victor Hercules.
Breton Hoover, Superior Honors.
DeAndre Hicks.
Tessa Howell, Superior Honors.
Lyric Holford.
DeCarlos Jackson.
Lance Hopkins.
Taylor James, Superior Honors.
Katie Irvin.
Faith Jennings.
Keyshawn Irvin.
Shanna Johnson.
Jacob Jackson.
James Kensinger, Superior Honors.
Trayshawn James.
Jonna Klusakowski, High Honors.
Alicia.
Alicia Joyce.
Thank you.
Nicholas Langston. Luther Kelly. Miles Large. Jake Kennedy. Nicholas Lewis.
Lore.
Elijah Coleman. Summer Lore, Superior Honors.
Elijah Lodge.
Jeanette Lopez Sanchez.
John A. Livingston.
Zoe McDonald.
Emily Locke, Superior Honors.
Reed Manning.
Abigail Lopez.
Jolyn Martell, High Honors.
Kendall Lowry.
Alexa Martinez Hernandez, honors.
Shanoa Malone, high honors.
Daikistier Matlock.
Isaac Marin Valdez.
Jermaine Mays.
Alexis Martinez.
Savannah Mazas, high honors.
Amaya Mattingly. Good job,
Jendea McBride.
Isabella Mayhew. My dude.
Logan McDaniel.
Caden McBride.
Talayla McFadden.
Gabriella McCarthy, high honors.
Jose Mendez.
Jose Mendez.
Jaden McCarty.
Callan Michaelis. Michaelis.
Callan Michaelis, high honors.
Anastasia Nutter.
Dennis Minton.
Lauren Mesky. The man, the myth, the
Dylan Mitchell, honors.
Damian Middleton.
Dadrian Montgomery.
Brianna Mitchell.
Jesse Morales.
Allison Montag, Superior Honors.
Ossie Morales.
Adon Montes.
Jesse Morrison.
Nevaeh Morales.
Amberlyn Mullins.
Grace Morgan, Honors.
Brandon Munoz.
Samuel Motto.
Is it Annalisa?
Annalisa Munoz Lopez.
Xavier Mullins.
Sierra Murphy.
Heather Monday.
Miles Nodwell.
Madison Munoz.
Racine Nolte.
Jordan Mwangi.
Tegan Ortega, honors.
Sarah Nelson.
Yareli Ortiz, Superior Honors.
Hannah Nolan.
Amore Oseande.
Aiden Norris.
Elena Paciano, Superior Honors.
Alea Osendande, honors.
Alicia Pavlik Ortega.
Caden Olette.
Got your card? What, give me your name. Oh, Deshaun.
Deshaun Perry.
Jonathan Ozenbaugh.
Jamari Pleasant.
Gavin Packard.
Abigail Price. High honors.
Andrew Perez, honors.
Dante Pugh.
Shakai Phillips.
Sergio Ramirez.
Rory Post.
Griffin Ramos.
Clifton Pulley.
It's Reist. Right.
Logan Reist.
Tony Purvis.
Luis Renteria.
Alondra Romas Gutierrez.
Brianchika? Okay. Brianchika?
Briansica Rames.
Odin Reef.
Marcus Richardson.
Pamela Rendon. Juliana Rodriguez. George Reyes Bolanos, honors. Keely Rogers, superior honors. You want me to do both? Clay Rodriguez Chappelle. Lorenzo Rojas Rodriguez. Jasmine Rodriguez. Alyssa Rosas. Marari Rodriguez. Kamaya Ruffin. Emmanuel Romero Mora. Do me proud. Danny Saili. Amarian Ross. Spencer Salters. Zoe Roth.
It will be.
Sean Sams. Jalen Russell. Kevin Sanchez Rodriguez. Leslie Salinas. Isis Sanders. Eileen Sanchez. Luxana Sands. Maylene Sanchez Artega. Demetrius Scaife. Abdil Sandoval. Josiah Scott. Deanna Skaggs. Emerson Selk. Zoe Shell. Cade Shipley. Jaden Scott. Jillian Skinner. Wyatt Scott. Kaya Smith. Christian Salario.
Miss Nordic? Yes, no, that's okay. Miss Nordic, that's enough. Take a break.
Olivia Soto. Keegan Sleep. Jalen Stallings. Alexander Smith.
I just snuck in there.
Bronner States. Mario Soto. Thomas Stokes.
Dakasi Sukan.
Dakasi Sukan. Victoria Strong. Alyssa Stewart, Superior Honors. Caden Suarez. Benjamin Stovall. Saran Taylor. George Stringfield. Kevin Thaddeus Hernandez. Nico Steuven. Jose Torres. Skylar Sutton, Honors. Abigail Thornton.
Josiah.
Josiah Tejada. Jamie Thrasher.
Flying high, Jamie.
Jalen Thompson. Melissa Urista. Lillian Thornton, Superior Honors. Britt Van Wagner.
Azaria.
Azaria Tucker. Elizabeth Varlaman. Andrea Valadez Sanchez. Connor Vaughn. Jamie Valdivia. Emmanuel Ventura Cruz. Regine Veggie, Honors. Angelica Vizweth. Jennifer Velazquez Gonzalez, High Honors. Jaden Voley. Lisbeth Villagrana Marino, High Honors. Demetric Walker. Esteban Villalobos. Madison Welcher. Sophie Wagemaker, High Honors. Addison White. Wesson Wagner. Deshana Wiley. Danica Wallace. Blaine Woolsey. Ashley Wimhoff. Mia Wright. Elijah Williams. Brooke Young. Jude Wright. Esai Young. Mariana Yates. Isela Zuniga. Mylea Yates. Nevaeh Jones.
Picture of the sky. Nope.
She was a journalist.
And again, class of 2022, please rise. No matter what the future holds, whether you begin a career, move on to wear the crimson and blue of KU, the purple and white of K-State, the gold and black of Wichita State, the blue and white of our own Washburn University, or the colors of another post-secondary institution, you may always wear with pride the gold and black of the Trojans of Topeka High School. And now, as a symbol of your graduation, would you please move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboards. Congratulations, class of 2022. You are now alumni of Topeka High School. Please remain standing. As we conclude this morning, I think it is still morning, I would like to thank Annette Wiles and the Hummer crew, Lucy Nixon and her staff at the Service Center, along with our own Lynn Palmore and the other members of the Topeka High School staff, for all of their work to set up and host us here today in this beautiful, albeit warm, facility. To conclude today's ceremony, the Madrigals behind me will lead us in the singing of the school song and the traditional throwing of our mortarboards at its conclusion. The symbolic throwing of the mortarboards is also the end of today's commencement. Congratulations again to our graduates and to their friends and family. Madrigals, the stage is now yours.
A song for the land where the sunflowers bloom. Hail to a city so fair. And 3 times 3 with the sis, boom, rah, for the high school whose colors we wear. For we are the students of the THS. Sing we the tribute that our hearts confess. Ever we glory in thy proud success. Hail to the black and gold forever. Gold, black, we're back of you. Gold, black, we're back of you. Hey! Gold, black, we're back of you. Gold, black, we're back of you. Topeka, Topeka, Topeka.
Way to not hit us.
Can we go in front of it? Can we go in front of it? Go in front of it. Go in front of it. Is that yours?
He didn't get a picture of Morris in your eyes, so he's still waiting. But
You need
Get them all
a...
good pictures, Paula. I'll let you convince me. Here.
I already did it. I did it the second I got home.
Sorry, I overdid that.
It's okay. I'm